Curtis here, and I just finished up my router lift, and I actually have a router that I'm going to be using mounted into it, and I got a speed control. I'll get into that just here shortly, but I'm just going to give it real quick of it basically completed. I got it just mounted on a block and a couple clamps on there just so I can see it go. I don't have any of these. If you can see, what this does is you have your 245 pieces, and I have those all glued in. And what it does, it rides perfectly in this. This is all sugar maple, nice hard maple. I actually just I had this, so it's all solid. And then what it does is you have your like little three set screws that you can adjust to push this plate out, and it also gives you adjustment back and forth, so that way you get it completely at a 90. And this here is all, going up and down is perfect. All this should be dead on. So the only thing is just getting it set. But like I said, I don't want to tighten it up because it actually ends up bowing the two pieces here, outward. I did put a clamp from here to here and put a little spacer block so that way it's nice and tight. And then so that way it's completely at a 90 like it's supposed to, and I tightened them up and it went really snug and it went beautifully up and down. So I'll wait till I get that mounted in to go a little bit further with it, but I do have it really loose in there right now, so it kind of slops around a little bit. The only drawback I did find is I just used, I just went and bought a 3/4 inch of all thread. Probably could have got by with, I was going to buy a 1 foot, but I decided to go with the 2 foot instead of the 1 foot bar, and I just cut it to length. And I just instead of using a 1/2 inch, which I know that's what a lot of the plans show, I did a 9/16, so that way I didn't have to grind down as far. And as you can see, I have perfect thread, or everything. I'm through all the threads here, and I got nice solid metal. So I figured, why keep on grinding when you already got it? So, anyways, carriage bolts in here, countersunk in. That brings them about right there. I got this tightened down. I did buy a new router, and that's what I'm going to get to now, or here shortly. But back to this thread. If you can see, the threads, they're actually not straight. They sit at an angle. So the bad thing is just if you buy the cheap rod like this, when they actually take the nut itself, the locking nut, the nylon locking nut, it actually sits at a little bit of an angle also. So you're always going to have the one side hitting at the lowest point of the thread when it's locked, and it kind of does one of these things. So this bar does the same thing, has a tendency. Now once everything's tight, it just gets to a point, it doesn't rock this at all, but it gets to a point where it's kind of tight, but I'll be able to adjust that a little bit and hopefully get that figured out a little bit more, but it's going to take a little bit of tweaking. But I mean, it does, once it's in there, it does go up and down really nicely. I mean, I'm just screwing it with my hand right there. But as you can see, my 9/16 goes on there, get right around it. Goes up and down, just however you like it. Real nice, easy. I want to put a little bit of paste wax there in here before I actually get it completely mounted. Make sure that'll help it with a little bit of less friction there. I don't think I really need to, but I'm going to. As far as the router, read a lot about the Harbor Freight 2 horsepower fixed base router. Some comments said stay away, which I do have some Harbor Freight stuff. But my thing is I do a lot of reading, and the people who don't have any and they never purchased it, they're just like stay away. I always just discard that. I want to read somebody who actually has it in service and have been using it. And one particular person has 3 of these and 3 dedicated, cabinet maker, 2 to 3 hours a day for all 3. Never had an issue with them, not yet. Other people who've been using them, even the Weekend Warrior that have put them in use for a while, not an issue since they've come out. And this is one of their newer designs. I think it's only been out for a year or two. But it looks like it's a really nice router. And when I was there and trying out their speed control, I mean, I got this and this, I mean, this was on sale for $49. I mean, come on, a router, I'll gamble for $49, and a 20% off cost me $40. This speed control on sale, $15. So, I mean, all in all, I mean, I'm 55 bucks for a router and a speed control. So that's way cheaper than I could go, buy a good router. And I did want to mount. I was originally just gonna use my Bosch. Then I'd be pulling it out, using my Bosch, and putting it back in here. Now it's got it dedicated, and I can use my good Bosch for all my more delicate work, for hands-on, routing. But I have this plugged in, and as you can see, that's all at the lowest setting. It barely goes, and it's got great speed control. And another thing is, it's got the variable speed, or it's got the full with the on-off. So if you just want to, if you want, this is 22,000 RPM. It's a little high, but if you need to, you can go ahead and do that too. But all in all, I think I'm going to enjoy it. Next video is going to be actually making the extension table that this is going to go on the side of my table saw. And that video is coming up, but like I said, I had no plans, did not use anything for this at all. I just watched Steve Ramsey's video on woodworking for Mere Mortals. He actually got it from Shop Notes, issue 121. I just looked at pictures and drew up my own, and I know it's close, but not exactly. Theirs isn't as beefy around here and stuff, and I don't know their actual dimensions, but I think I'm kind of close with what they have. And like I said, I just drew up my own plans. This is just a base template that's actually exactly like the base. This is just for reference, and these two are the two pieces that kind of go up. Reference there. Here's one side of my clamp. Here's the other. As you can see, these are drawn to scale. And anyways, that's what I did. Very easy to do. I mean, I will admit I did have probably 2 hours in getting this to scale and how I wanted it, so that way all I had to do is come out here, get everything going, do it, and it does save you a heck of a lot of time when you have some kind of plans. I usually make plans for any jig or anything I do, usually if I have a good mindset on what I'm going to do. But other times, it's better just to kind of go with the flow and just let your mind go. Think of how you want to actually build your jig. But this one's pretty straightforward. I had something to go off of, and I just did it. So, hope this video helped a little bit. Like I said, more in depth, go ahead and check out Steve Ramsey's video. But there it is. Next thing, mount it, try it out. Thanks for watching.